Your vote counts. Are you better off today under Biden than under Trump? The comparison between Trump in 2019 and Biden in 2023. 1. Inflation. 2019, Trump. Inflation rates were relatively low during Trump's presidency, hovering around 1 to 2%. 2023, Biden. Prices have increased 17.6% since Biden has been in office. 2. Illegal immigration. 2019, Trump. Immigration policies were a significant focus during Trump's presidency. He implemented stricter border control measures. In 2019, there were 851,508 illegals crossing the border. In 2018, there were a total of 396,579. 2023, Biden. Biden administration has aimed for a more lenient approach to immigration, focusing on pathways to citizenship and reversing some of the previous administration's policies. In 2023, so far, 2.8 million illegals have entered the U.S. In 2022, 2.7 million illegals have entered the U.S. 3. Gas prices. 2019, Trump. Gas prices fluctuated but were relatively stable, influenced by global oil prices. U.S. regular retail gasoline prices averaged $2.60 per gallon in 2019. 2023, Biden. Gas prices have fluctuated, influenced by global oil prices, supply and demand dynamics, and geopolitical events. Biden policies related to energy production and environmental regulations have affected gas prices. The average national price of gas so far in 2023 is $3.60 per gallon. In California, gas prices for regular gas is approaching $6 per gallon. 4. International wars. 2019, Trump. The U.S. was involved in military conflicts in regions like Afghanistan, but there were no large-scale international wars involving major world powers. 2023, Biden. The botched Afghanistan withdrawal created a situation that has encouraged Russia to invade Ukraine. The Biden administration has backed off of Trump-imposed sanctions which targeted critical sectors of Iran's economy. This has allowed Iran to fund terrorist actions in the Middle East and around the world. Now war has broken out between Israel and Hamas in Gaza. Biden's policies toward Iran have allowed Iran to support and fund Hamas. 5. Energy independence. 2019, Trump. The U.S. was a net exporter of energy, producing more oil and natural gas than it consumed. Due to Trump's policies against Iran, Iran's gross foreign exchange reserves had regressed to $12.4 billion U.S. dollars by the end of 2020. 2023, Biden. The Biden administration's war against fossil fuels, emphasizing renewable energy and reducing dependence on fossil fuels, has made the U.S. dependent on foreign oil, causing the rise in the price of oil. The Biden administration also relaxed sanctions on Iran's oil exports, resulting in the gross foreign exchange reserves of Iran in 2023 to reach $60 billion. 6. Open borders. 2019, Trump. Trump's administration implemented strict immigration policies and border control measures. 2023, Biden. The Biden administration's open border policies are more lenient regarding immigration. This has caused a mass movement of uncontrolled illegal immigrants and drugs into the United States. 7. Interest rates. 2019, Trump. Interest rates were gradually increasing as the Federal Reserve sought to normalize monetary policy. The 30-year fixed-rate mortgage in 2019 was 3.94%. 2023, Biden. Biden's open-ended spending and fossil fuel policies have resulted in inflation. The Federal Reserve has had to adjust interest rates to manage inflation and support economic growth. The 30-year fixed mortgage rate in 2023 is presently 8.10%. 8. Quality of life. 2019, Trump versus 2023, Biden. Quality of life is influenced by various factors, including economic stability, healthcare, education, and social policies. According to the annual Mood of the Nation survey by Gallup, nearly 65% of Americans reported being satisfied with overall quality of life in 2023. This number, though, is a significant drop from the 84% in 2020. The large increase in illegal immigration under the Biden administration has had a large negative impact on services such as schools, housing, and social services. 9. Education. 2019, Trump. Education policies, including funding and school choice, were a significant objective of the Trump administration. Trump expanded K-12 educational options for disadvantaged children impacted by the pandemic. He signed an executive order offering flexibility to provide certain disadvantaged children with emergency K-12 scholarships to access in-person learning opportunities. 2023, Biden. The Biden administration focused on changes in funding, emphasis on early education, and college affordability initiatives. He has implemented the Education Equity Action Plan, EEAP, which aimed towards addressing pre-existing fundamental racial inequities in access to quality education, as well as fostering positive educational experiences for scholars of color, which ultimately were exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic. The Biden administration ties billions of dollars in federal education funding to an array of LGBT policies, forcing school districts and universities to implement controversial rules on issues like transgender athletes in order to receive federal funding. The Biden administration's policy of open borders has overwhelmed the schools, further degrading the public education system. Who benefits from the Biden administration's policies? The wealthy, as they are immune to effects of inflation because of their wealth and because they achieved their wealth under the present infrastructure of influence. Who are the losers under the Biden administration? The middle class, because inflation has robbed them of their discretionary funds, impacting their quality of life. The poor, who are pushed into today's equivalent of a modern-day peasant, dependent on the wealthy and the government for their existence. Who benefits from the Trump administration policies? The middle class, as low inflation and higher wages results in an increase in discretionary funds and a higher quality of life. The poor, where school choice offers a better opportunity to educate their children and low inflation open up more job opportunities. Who loses under the Trump administration? The wealthy, because of the administration's pursuit of deregulation in various sectors of the economy, threatened protected industries where wealthy individuals have significant investments. The bureaucracy, because the administration proposed significant budget cuts to various government agencies, aiming to reduce the size of government. The Manchurian candidate. Is Biden today's Manchurian candidate? The term Manchurian candidate represents a person who has been brainwashed or controlled by an external force to carry out a specific task, often without their knowledge or consent. Or has he been so compromised that he is in control of external forces? The four sins of the Biden administration. The noble lie, an untruth knowingly propagated to advance an agenda. Trump colluded with the Russians to win in 2016. Political lie, to keep the populace alarmed and the need to be led to safety and give up their freedom. CO2 will lead to global warming and the rise of the oceans. Ignorance. Facts that contradict the political agenda can simply be disbelieved. The border is closed. Greed. Fostering a societal shift to the benefit of supporters. The shift to the green economy has favored political supporters and national adversaries, Russia, China, and Iran. Remember your vote counts. Voters need to critically assess the performance, policies, and achievements of candidates when making a choice, rather than being influenced solely by impulsive or emotionally driven choices or personal biases,